the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up.
Hi viewers, welcome to PagePedia Videography Challenge, Immortality Within Reach. I'm Sure Mo Abiodun. It is with the utmost humility and sincerity that I present to you Mrs. Tope as a living testament and recollection of history in the making in our generation. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So Ma, could you please introduce yourself to the world?
My name is Tope Balogun, and I'm an accountant by day, and I'm a social entrepreneur and a writer in the evening.
So is that all you want to tell us about yourself, your educational background, your family background, and what you stand for?
Okay, so let's see. Let's start from family because that's the root of everything. I have 5 siblings, which means we have 6 children. I'm the second, and my dad is late. His soul rest in peace. And my mom is a retired nurse, and I come from a very close-knit family. Everybody loves one another. We're very close and very supportive of each other. That's my root. Career and education-wise, I attended the University of Lagos. Finished in 1998. I studied accounting. I worked for a little bit with Arthur Andersen, which is now KPMG in Nigeria. And I moved to the US in 2002. I went to Emory University. I did an MBA in Emory in Atlanta. And I worked for PricewaterhouseCoopers after that and worked for Constellation Energy. I attended Oxford University and the Salzburg Global Seminar last year, and fresh off the Denmark Women Deliver Conference. But now I do my own thing called House of Ghania.
House of Ghania. What's House of Ghania all about?
House of Ghania was built to inspire. Is a space that has a room for everybody, especially women, between the ages of 25 and 49, to discuss life issues, everything from being single, to looking for a job, to finding why you were created, to dealing with moods, everything that makes you a functional member of society and also helps you to engage your workplace or your family in a much better way. Essentially, we're trying to inspire people to be the best version of themselves.
Fantastic. So is this an online platform or offline?
So it's both online and brick and mortar. We do programs in offices, we do programs online, webinars for people, but most interestingly for me right now, it's the book that just came out under the platform of House of Ghania. It's called Love in Cancun. It's my first fiction, and it's really an inspiring novel to help people to dream and take time to be still and to, really hear from themselves and really know how to engage the world. So it's a hybrid of all sorts of platforms.
That's awesome. And from the information we gathered, we learned that the book is one of the best-selling books on Amazon.
Yes.
So how did you achieve that?
I think perhaps the suspense that had been associated with the book. I had finished writing the book in August, and the book didn't come out until April, so people were waiting for it. And also because the book is actually, it was fantasy at the time I wrote it, but by the time it came out, it was already real. I was writing about a man that I met on vacation, but I married a man who was exactly like that, who I hadn't met at the time I wrote the book. So people were curious to know what that was about.
That's great. So, ma'am, from what we gathered, you are part of the co-founder of United Keys for Africa. So what does United Keys for Africa stand for, and it works with, and how are they affecting the economy positively?
Okay, so we are United for Kids Foundation, and we started about 14 years ago as a group of friends, actually as a group of colleagues in Arthur Andersen at the time. And what we wanted to do was to help the struggling child, the needy child, the child who is in the orphanage at the time, but now a child that falls into the low-income category of the society, to help them get a fighting chance in life. So we do a lot of education programs, healthcare and social welfare, everything from orphanage visits to hospital visits to the library, where we're doing this right now, where we help kids learn how to read. And we do a mega back to school every September. We give them school bags. But what we're trying to do is to make sure that a child doesn't just fall behind in life just because their parents aren't wealthy.
That's great. So how do you spend most of your time?
How do I spend most of my time? Apart from sleeping, I think writing, and I love traveling. Yes, I love traveling.
How many countries have you been to?
I've been to 20 countries now.
That's good. So, madam, how do you approach the unknown?
I think by being calm, and I'm a firm believer in destiny. So I believe firmly that what is supposed to hit me will never miss me. What is supposed to miss me will never hit me. So once I remind myself of that, I just plunge into it. What is known in life, apart from this moment that we have? The next moment isn't known. So I just try and remind myself that what is destined would happen.
That's good. So how do you bring courage and conviction to a risky situation?
By reminding myself of my purpose. Yes, I believe there are two duties that every human being has. The first duty is to find out why they were created. The second duty is to find out who was supposed to help them, execute the why. So my courage really comes from that purpose, knowing that there's a why. My why is United for Kids Foundation. My why is House of Ghanaian. So every time, I get scared or I get a challenging situation, I just remember this is what I was born to do.
That's great. So, Madam, what are you most proud of, looking at how far you've gone in life, from working in KPMG to House of Ghanaian to being a co-founder in United Kids for Africa? What are you most proud of?
Career-wise?
Everything in total.
I think I'm very proud of how I've been able to rise from adversity. I've had, like every human being, I've had some major failures in life. Case in point, I was in a marriage that didn't work. But the fact that I've been able to, rise even bigger than before is perhaps my biggest accomplishment, and I don't take that lightly. I don't think that's because of me. I think that's because it's just divine grace that I have.
That's good. So, Madam, in the spirit of PagePedia Videography Challenge, I need you to challenge 3 or 4 or more people to come on this platform to share their success story, to impact into the younger generation who are watching you. These are things that will outlive us, and the next generation to learn from their success story. So I would like you to look into the camera by doing so.
Okay, so the first person I want to challenge is my sister, Tope Rufai. And she's probably going to kill me, but Tope Rufai is the first person I'm challenging. She's one of my biggest inspiration in life. She's a little camera shy, but I would like her to come share her story. Then I would like to challenge Ngozi Adebi. I'd like to challenge, and that's my best friend, I'd like to challenge my business partners, Idris Ayobelo and Michael Oluwagbemi.
That's great. So what words of advice do you have for the younger generation, the older generation, people looking up to you as a source of inspiration? What words of advice do you have for them?
Always keep your why in focus. Things can get really rough, really, really rough. Nobody might understand. You might have to walk alone, but remember why you were created. And I dare say it's not just to go to church or to go to mosque. There's a reason why you're here. You're not supposed to fill up space. There's 7 billion people. How do you want to be remembered? That's my advice.
That's great. You've heard it all from Mrs. Tope. Watch more videos on www.pagepedia.com. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you.